So before our very last panel of the event, we have a short 5-minute presentation from Thapelo Mokwena, who is the Divisional Head of Operations at Aviation Coordination Services, or ACS, who is going to talk to us about the need for technological change in civil aviation safety. ACS, first time we've worked together, but it's great because obviously they're a proudly African company, and they're based here in South Africa. So Thapelo, please join me on stage, and the floor is yours. Please welcome him to the stage. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Okay, good day, everyone. Thank you for allowing me to share some insights with you. I'll jump into it since I've got about 5 minutes. Okay, as you all know, civil aviation is it's quite regulated in terms of safety. So I've been listening to a whole lot of speakers during the course of the conference, and I think one of those that came out profoundly was how route development was key and so forth. And if one looks at route development, some of the concerns that airline carriers have is screening activities at those airports. Particularly, some destination stations are quite pedantic about the type of dangerous goods that basically slip through the system and end up at their station and basically contribute to aviation safety. So if you look at some of what we call dangerous goods that selectively, old technology misses. If you look at, we've got lithium batteries, they're quite a big thing these days, and hoverboards stand out more. And you also have carbon dioxide gas cylinders. Empty bullet shells and ammunition, we put it out there because some of our destination stations have listed that as an irritant, and they wouldn't like to see that more. So how do we make sure we don't have some of this stuff in our baggage? And we also have non-dangerous goods that, particularly us in South Africa, have become quite alarming in terms of Rhino Horns. So there are some opportunistic characters out there that are basically going through our national parks and basically devouring our horns and trying to get them on aircraft and so forth. Just in 2021, we discovered we had one incident where we recovered 7 horns, and typically in 2022, thus far, we have intercepted about 3 incidents whereby we recovered 45 horns. And this is only in South Africa. You can imagine there's a Serengeti National Park as well in Tanzania where some of these things could be happening. Now, what is this advanced object recognition algorithms? Typically, these are algorithms that overlay the existing your explosive detection algorithm, and they work in the background, and they assist our analysts in detecting some of the non-desirable dangerous goods that could slip through the system. In particular, lithium-ion batteries has been the major focus. Homemade explosives is one of those that has basically come through, as well as the proliferation of things like 3D printed guns, as well as liquid explosives. So one of the ones that we are really anticipating is the one that is being developed by Traffic and Sandia, which is aimed particularly in resolving this issue that we are having with Rhino Horns slipping through the system. And this will in particular help screeners focus on their primary mandate, which is technically to focus on explosive detection. Now, what happens when we get it wrong? Typically in aviation, there are instances that we get it wrong in terms of screening, and I was very young when Lokabi, the incident happened, but that's what actually triggered the requirement for 100% whole package screening. The only recent aviation incident that's fresh in my mind will typically be the 9/11 one. Now, looking at the pictures down there, I've got a burned-out hoverboard, which was triggered by a reaction from a lithium-ion battery, which we had a near miss of it locally as well. And the incident on the right, it was actually brought to our attention by one gentleman by the name of Philip Baum, a very colorful character. He spoke about an incident whereby a printer cartridge was actually emanating from Yemen and destined for Chicago. And if you look at the route that took, despite intelligence having been given to the Saudi authorities about a possible explosive being, embedded in the printer cartridge, you can see how that cartridge managed to evade screening technology because it wasn't the right technology at the time to detect that type of explosive. And this happened as early as in 2010. Now you can imagine how much technology has changed since then. And if we don't get it right and invest in the right technologies, these routes that we are developing, they can be at risk in terms of yielding fruits. And then what benefits are there? We free up security screeners to focus on the right things. Our supervisors can garner their energy at focusing on applying the common sense approach to security screening. Also, we eliminate DGs that are basically are incurred as what we call a level 1 clear, because our machines at busy airports, they actually are equipped to make decisions. And the new technology also is ready for things like Internet of Things and can also, help you with machine learning, which is artificial intelligence. And then if you are like me and you were a fan of this device, you know how difficult it can be to move to the right-hand side. Thank you.